More than 60 years ago, a small group of boys slid into pews at a downtown Phoenix church for the first rehearsal of a new choir. Those boys left an indelible mark. That very first group of about 30 boys created the musical foundation for what is today the largest boy choir in the nation and one of the most respected in the world.
The Phoenix Boys Choir is a unique opportunity for these boys to not only learn music, but also to be on stage. And just being on stage changes a child. It really develops their personal character. It gives them self-confidence.
In the 6 decades that have passed, the Phoenix Boys Choir has won a Grammy Award, sung for 4 U.S. presidents, performed at Carnegie Hall and Lincoln Center, sung with recording artists from Stevie Wonder to Doc Severinsen and Keith Lockhart of the Boston Pops, and won a first-place trophy from the International Summa Cum Laude Youth Music Festival in Vienna.
We have been invited by American Choral Directors Association as the only boy choir in that year to perform in New York and especially in Carnegie Hall. They put us on the professional track. Things like that really show the capability of the choir and the professionalism of the choir, and I'm really proud of that.
But the Phoenix Boys Choir is much more than a group of boys who sing together.
We're definitely learning lots of manners and how to cooperate and work as a team.
My children have learned a lot through the Boys Choir. They've learned responsibility. They've learned music, of course. They've learned to give back to the community. They've learned it's always good to give rather than to receive.
For 40 years, Dr. Harvey K. Smith, a renowned and remarkable music teacher, guided the choir. Dr. Smith created the original format of the choir, mixing music education, discipline, and life skills that graduating boys take with them throughout their lives.
The Boys Choir gives him the skills that he's going to use in the future, no matter what he decides to do.
I'm learning how to sing really good, don't be shy, and use my manners.
To be dedicated to something and patience, and that practice makes perfect, because we have to learn our music by heart, and if we don't have it perfect, then we wouldn't be the best choir.
It's not all about being a solo singer. It's about how to work as a group to get the best sound possible. And it's just so exciting to listen to Max when he's with the rest of the choir, because he knows he's not just himself. He's learned to blend as a soprano with the altos or the second altos, and it just becomes a team. And so it's really taught him how to work as a team. It's taught him responsibilities and how to organize himself.
Under Maestro Stengelberger, the choir has grown dramatically in both sound and size. Among the most important and creative reasons for the choir's growth is the development of a network of training choirs located in cities across the valley.
To be able to have a choir rehearse in the individual neighborhoods, meaning the cities of the valley, just makes so much more sense. And the success of the program has shown us how important that was. We are now the biggest boy choir in America, with over 200 boys in the program enrolled, and that's a wonderful thing.
Today, training choirs meet at the choir building on Missouri Avenue and at elementary schools in downtown Phoenix, Peoria, Tempe, and Scottsdale.
The arts are being cut in all public schools. It is really hard for children to receive arts education appropriate to their age in the public schools at this moment. That's why we partner with the schools. When we go out into the neighborhood choirs, we partner with the school district to provide something that they are not able to provide. Because their financial means are cut back, they have to focus on what is absolutely required by the law, and therefore we can help there, and it's a wonderful collaboration actually. We have seen this grow, and more school districts are becoming interested in this.
Each training choir is guided by a separate instructor using a choir-developed curriculum to ensure consistency and progress. The concept is gaining attention from other choirs across the country.
fact, other choirs are copying us now. They have asked me to speak about this. And we have several choirs across the country trying to imitate us, and they're calling me frequently, asking me for information on how we can help them. And it's a pioneer program that the Phoenix Boys Choir has done, unique in America and soon to be actually copied all over. So it's really wonderful.
The training choirs put the boys on a path of maturity and knowledge up the musical ladder to the cadet choir, town choir, and eventually the tour choir. For those boys needing financial assistance, the choir offers a range of scholarship options. By the time a boy graduates or voices out, he will have learned to read music and sing songs in languages from all over the world, including Latin, Hebrew, Russian, Chinese, Japanese, and even Tagalog, to name only a few.
We do more difficult songs from other countries. Like we do a little bit of German and we do some French. It's a different level from the other ones, so it's a great experience.
In the early years with the training and cadet choirs, the boys' performance schedule is relatively light as they hone their skills and abilities. Touring begins with the town choir, the second oldest choir, which travels primarily in the western United States. Once a boy reaches the top choir, the tour choir, he will travel across the country and around the world.
One of the best things about this group is you get to travel and meet new people.
Touring, whether in the United States or abroad, also is part of the boys' educational experience because they live with families in the cities where they perform. It's a chance to learn about diverse cultures and how to adapt to environments different from their home culture.
I think the other exciting thing that the Phoenix Boys Choir is bringing to them is to open their eyes to the world, or even to the rest of the United States, or different parts of the United States. It's giving them opportunity to see that there's boys' choirs everywhere, that there's kids just like them in China, or Australia potentially, or Canada, or Austria. It gives them, I think, a sense of world.
I think the boys' choir is awesome because you can visit different places and you can perform and you can get solos, because I always want solos because they're exciting.
The years between training choir and tour choir require a commitment of time, focus, and energy. It's a commitment by both the boys and their families, who serve as chaperones and chauffeurs, ensuring the boys are where they need to be when they need to be there. But it's a commitment that's worth the effort. From the time a boy joins the Phoenix Boys Choir to the day he leaves the organization, he could spend as many as 7 years learning, contributing, collaborating, and of course, singing. But regardless of who you may ask, from the boys to their families, the predominant feeling is that every day with the Phoenix Boys Choir creates a lifetime of memories and prepares the boys for all that is yet to come.
When they leave the Phoenix Boys Choir, they'll have a great foundation in music, and I hope that will continue through the rest of their lives. I think that'll give them independence. I think that that'll give them a sense of worldliness so that they feel like, hey, I can travel the world and I can survive.
I think it's a wonderful organization. I think that the parents, the people that are here, they tend to work with not just one child, but all children. And all of them seem to want to be here. And they want to sing and they want to perform. And when you see them performing, their face lights up.
This organization is fun. It's very fun.
The thing that I would describe the boys' choir as is that it is exhilaratingly fun.
The boys' choir is the best thing that has ever happened to me.